Hey BookTube, welcome to Allie's Books and Creativity. So I decided to do a spring weekly readathon, but making some changes. So instead of physical books on this readathon to be counted, I'm using the digital library, which is Libby and Hoopla. So I got a Kindle digital Libby book right now, and I'm listening to an audiobook from Hoopla. So they're both really good. So I think we'll get through those, and then if I finish one early, I can pick one throughout the Hoopla and Libby app, and then download from the Libby app to my Kindle for 2 weeks, and then Hoopla I think is 3 weeks. So yeah, I think we'll get through a lot, mostly with the audiobooks, I'm thinking. Kindle books, I'm not sure. We'll see. In a minute, I will show you what I am about, what the book I'm reading now, and the audiobook I am listening to. So, one sec. So, the book I am reading from Libby, and it's on my Kindle. It is Someone Like You by Sarah Dessen. So that's what I'm reading on Kindle, and then let me get Hoopla on here. I am right now listening to The Gentleman's Guide of Vice and Virtue by Mackenzi Lee. And I'm really liking this. I am 5.5 hours left. I have 5.5 hours left in this audiobook. So I won't be done with it today. I'm hoping the weekend, because I got some time and I got some organization on the weekend. So I'm thinking the weekend will be a big audiobook listening, especially Saturday, which is April 1st. And that is no April Fool's joke. I'll tell you that. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. And right now my dinner's being cooked. But once my dinner is done being made, I got 2 things I've got planned. I want to watch the the new episode on Disney Plus of Mandalorian and see what's going on with the Mandalorian. And after that, at 6:30, I have a book club via text message that I host every month since February. Yeah, so since last month, I started those book clubs on via text message, and I'm hoping by summer I can have them in person at locations. Summer or fall, one of those two. But I'm hoping really summer. Other than that, that's my plan, and I'm gonna, while I wait for my dinner, I'm gonna listen to my audiobook and then go from there. All right. Later.
Behavior that could only be termed sinful. Percy, I could say, I am almost certain that I am in love with you.
It is officially Thursday, March 30th. I listened the audiobook most of the time yesterday, and I'm now 62% complete of the book. I have 4 hours and 11 minutes left of the book, the audiobook. And I read a bit of my Kindle before bed last night, because I don't know what it is. For the past almost 2 years, I have trouble falling asleep, and I need my Kindle to keep me mind calm, and then I can sleep. So if I use a regular book and regular lighting, it doesn't help. It just doesn't. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So since I listened to the audiobook a bit today while running important errands, I'm going to read my Kindle until I fall asleep tonight. And I think I might make some chai tea since it is a chilly day today. Normally we don't have 64 degree weather in late March. Normally where I live, we start hitting, we would have been in the 80s already. We just had our first 2 days of 80s this week for 2 days. And we're behind on our temperatures, good normal temperatures. So we haven't even hit our first 90, and we're pushing April on Saturday. I'm not making an April Fool's joke, and I live in Arizona, and this is not an April Fool's joke. I swear. And it's just, we're just been below average temperatures lately. So, yeah, 64 today, and let me check on the Apple weather. I think tomorrow like 70s, and then we go back to 80s. Yeah, tomorrow's 72. I am not seeing 90s on here yet. That is so bizarre. Well, I'm going to go read and make some chai tea, and I will update you guys. If not tomorrow, definitely Saturday. All right, bye. Later. Oh, actually, one more thing, and then I'll go. I'm gonna do the readathon up till Saturday, April 8th. Is that right? Yeah, it's about right. April 8th. And then we'll go from there. All right, later, guys. Now officially see you later. Alligators. Today is Friday, March 31st, last day of March, and tomorrow is April. My March went so fast. I would say it went pretty fast. I went to the library, so I decided to go to the physical library location after volunteering today. And I was originally planning to walk out with 3 books I really wanted. I walked out with 5. So the book I first walked out with was City Love by Susan Colasanti. I think I saw you say her last name. The Witch Haven by Sasha Peyton Smith. The Black Witch by Laurie Forrest. And then the 2 books I originally had on hold for my digital library on Libby, I got rid of those on hold at the library because I was like, well, since they had them, I'll just pick them up from there after finishing my Kindle reading. That is Once Upon a Dream by, where the frick is her last name? Well, we know it's Braswell. I can look it up. I will give you an update on that later because I don't have my phone on me. And then there's All My Rage by Sabaa Tahir. I loved Sabaa Tahir's An Ember in the Ashes quartet series, which was 4 books. I'm hoping this will be good, but I heard a lot of people cried out of All My Rage, cried from that book. So I'm a little nervous because sometimes I want a good cry, sometimes I don't. Because I go through enough grieving and crying when I miss a parental figure. So that passed away almost about 10 months ago. So it'll be 11 months in late April. So, and then a year in May. But I remember eyeballing this one for a while, A Twisted Tale. I couldn't find a Beauty and the Beast one because Belle was always my favorite Disney princess. And then I didn't find Part Your World, which I wanted, but then I saw people had holds on it. So I'm going to wait for Part of Your World, and then plus Libby didn't have it, so I'm going to wait for that one for a while and just start with Once Upon a Dream, which is my 3rd favorite, so we'll do that. No, wait, I take that back. Mulan's my 3rd favorite. She's my 4th, but they didn't have Mulan available either. That was checked out, so I'll look around more in the future, but these are what I got. And the current read from Kindle through Libby, and then my audiobook. So I'm making dinner right now through the air fryer, and I'm gonna have dinner, And then I'm gonna do some organization, and then I can pick up one of these books and just do my Kindle when I go to sleep. All right, that's my update for the day. I'll either update you later or tomorrow. It is officially Saturday, April 31st. April Fools, it's April 1st. There's no April 31st. I had to do that for a minute, didn't I? I hope I did. Because you haven't seen me be a prankster outside the YouTube video. I can pull really good pranks. I just gave my boss a really good prank idea for a family member, so I'm gonna find out Monday if she did it. Alright, so some updates. I've been doing a lot of cleaning. I just took a break, wrote in my journal, talking about my successful day. I completed the audiobook of The Gentleman's Guide of Vice and Virtue. On Goodreads, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. And I loved the narrator. What I heard was, and it was legit, the narrator was the actor who played Tom Riddle in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And I don't know what it is. I had a crush on that actor when I was younger. Still do. I'm 29 years old and I still have a crush on him when I see the movie. So, yeah, I right now just rented the novella, The Gentleman's Guide to Getting Lucky. It's 2 hours, though their audiobook was 10 hours. This one's 2 hours, so it's a novella. It takes place before supposed to take place before book 2, and I read about it. So it takes place after the audiobook I just listened to. And then if I finish this one, then I can start book 2 and go on from there. So, will I get a lot of audiobooks on this today? We'll see. I still got to do this part of organizing. I got to vacuum my floors. And I got to clean a little bit more. And then I'm going to, if I have time, I'll celebrate by painting my nails. Because I had to trim my nails today because I had a little nail accident on Thursday. It wasn't bad. It just broke my nail really bad. Where if it got ripped off, I would have had not a good situation. So I had to get trimmed. I had to find some clippers, trim my nails while I was volunteering and where I was at. So luckily someone had nail clippers and that really helped. All right, well, I'm going to continue cleaning and I'll update you guys later. And I'm going to listen to the audiobook while cleaning. All right, later. The time right now is 7:22 p.m. I was going to paint my nails, but then I saw the time and I was like, I'll paint my nails another day. I had so much spring cleaning done. Yesterday I organized my bathroom counter, cleaned up my bedroom floor, organized my dresser drawers. I deep dusted my dresser, my nightstand, my big jewelry box, and I organized my closet. On top of that, I also did on and off laundry of clothes that got maybe all dusty because it's been a while, I haven't worn them, and then changing seasons out of certain clothing that also could have gotten dusty, so I had to wash those. And yeah, it was like from 2:30 to now. I completed pretty much almost everything. It's 7:23 right now. It's been 1 minute since I recorded this clip. And on top of that, if I can unlock my phone with one hand, I have completed the 2-hour audiobook novella of The Gentleman's Guide to Getting Lucky by Mackenzi Lee. I'm probably would say this is a 4-star. I liked the first one better. This is just more like a romance after the first book. And I did start. Oops, hold on, give me a second. I did start The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy by Mackenzi Lee, which is book 2 in the trilogy. And it says 11 hours and 15 minutes. I'm just at the beginning, but I'm going to put it down for now because I listen to a lot of audiobook in headphones and I took a few video calls from friends. So I really, my ears need a break from audio right now. So what I'm going to do is pick up my library book again that I picked up yesterday, which is Once Upon a Dream. And I found out the author's first name. It's Liz Braswell. Yeah, that's why you say her. I think you say your last name. I'm not great with last names. I said that before. So I'm going to pick that up, relax, read, and until I probably hit the hay tonight. Other than that, I will see you all tomorrow or Monday morning, which is April 3rd. All right. See ya. It is officially Sunday, April 2nd. The time is 10:15 a.m. I'm a little tired because it took me a while to fall asleep last night, but that's okay. I still got up on time before I can head here to see fam and to dog sit. Yeah, I love you too, girl. So this is Lucy. She's a little mini pit bull. She's a very sweet, she's a big sweetheart. Nothing but a marshmallow. Huh, girl. We have a special bond. Gives me a lot of kisses. Huh. Can you get a kiss? So, while my family's away a little bit, I'm dog sitting with her and the others. I was reading a bit yesterday, but not as much because I was in a conversation with somebody apparently. So I read a bit this morning of Once Upon a Dream by Liz Braswell from the library. I am on page, I gotta put this up. I'm on page 43. The chapters don't have numbers, the chapters are titles, so the chapter is called The Ball. I'm going to put this down for right now and try to finish my Kindle Libby ebook, because I think I have like 6 or 5 more days left for the ebook, and I want to try to finish it. And according to last time I checked, I only have 3 hours and I'm done. So I should be done today without the interruptions. The only thing I'll have to stop reading at a certain time is when I have to eat some lunch. So other than that, I'm gonna go get some water and pick this up. Pick up my ebook from Libby called Someone Like You by Sarah Dessen. Other than that, I will update you guys later. Later. The time is officially 2:49 p.m. If I can unlock my phone with one hand like I did last time, I finished Someone Like You by Sarah Dessen. Was going to show you until I almost dropped my phone. I gave it on Goodreads a 4 out of 5 stars. And I would say out of all the Sarah Dessen books I've read, it's one of the good ones. But I would say my number 1 favorite still is Along for the Ride. I really loved that one. I remember reading that one like 3 years ago in the summer, and it was on a Kindle sale, and I immediately bought it. And I loved that one. I would say that one's my favorite, first favorite. My second would be The Truth About Forever. And then the third would be This Lullaby. And then fourth would be this one, which is Someone Like You. And then the fifth one, Just Listen. So now I have a top 5 Sarah Dessen books. I think the last one I read was called What Happened to Goodbye. I think I got that as a Christmas present, or I bought it. I don't remember. And I wasn't really fond of that one. But for a while of Sarah Dessen, even though this book came out when I was like elementary school, and I was just considered too young to read it, I really like this one. It brought back old times when we didn't have these type of phones yet. Because I didn't have my first smartphone until I was 20 years old. So that is crazy. And 29 years old, I finally read the book, seeing stuff that existed from my childhood, which is crazy. That was like when I was 10, 9 or 10 years old. I was thinking, oh yeah, I remember that used to exist. So that was crazy. Just deja vu, I went back in time. Shut up, Siri. See? Siri's eavesdropping on my conversations again. Alright, back to book talking. So, since I'm going to be returning that Kindle book to Libby today, it is due in 5 days, but I don't see the point keeping it if I finished it. So I'm going to return it after this recording, and I'm going to go back to Once Upon a Dream by Liz Braswell and read Once Upon a Dream for the rest of the Sunday, because this is my weekend off from volunteering, and I go back to volunteering on Monday through Friday again, and I get more reading done, I feel like, on the weekend than mostly I do for the week. So technically I got 3 books done on this readathon, and it's really amazing that I am just in a reading mood. Other than that, I will start reading Once Upon a Dream and update you guys either later or sometime tomorrow. All right, later. Okay. I don't know if I'm having a weird, bizarre deja vu, even though it's reading what it legitimately says. But this is supposed to be a Sleeping Beauty retelling. And if I can get back to my page I was at, it's right here. It's a Sleeping Beauty retelling, Once Upon a Dream, and it's a twisted tale. But the title says, We're All Mad Here. I'm like, what? Isn't that a Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland title from Cheshire the Cat? You know, that's what I think. But I don't know. Maybe there's a mix in this. I'm going to read this more because this is getting really interesting. Yeah, that was just my little question of the day. Other than that, back to reading. Later. It is Monday, April 3rd. The time is 7:35 p.m. I have a few updates. But before I start the reading updates and all that jazz, I won't be able to watch any YouTube videos tonight. So I can record without Wi-Fi, but I can't use my YouTube without Wi-Fi. Because right now there's an outage with the internet company I use. So right now that's out of my hands until they can restore it. And if it doesn't get better over time, I'll have to call. Other than that, it's not the end of the world. I am a little frustrated, but what can I do? Nothing. So I just put my phone on 5G instead of Wi-Fi. And I have some updates on it. I can go to my Libby account. I started a Kindle book late last night before bed, and that is They'll Never Catch Us by Jessica Goodman. This is book 2 in her mystery companion trilogy. I have the first book physically, and I read it in the past. And so far, I don't see a connection of the other characters. If I do, I definitely will let you guys know if I notice. I don't think I will. And then the third, if I like it, Then I'll put a hold on the third book, which is the final one of the companions. And I will just wait until it's available. I also been on my hoopla here. This morning I listened to The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy by Mackenzi Lee, book 2 in the Gentleman's Guide of Vice and Virtue trilogy. I just spaced out for a minute, sorry guys. I am 21% complete in the book, and I am on chapter 5 out of chapter 21. I think it's 21, let me check. Yeah, there's 21 chapters, including a 37-second credit of the audiobook. I made a boo-boo, so I'm 1 less rental credit for my membership for this month, because I accidentally borrowed and downloaded the ebook first when I was meant to download the audiobook, and I was like, oops. So that's 1 less audiobook for me for the month of April, but you know what? I made a mistake. I'm gonna admit it. So I will have to get my full library credit hoopla on full blast again, I have to wait till May 1st. So once a month, I get my full library hoopla credentials back to rent a certain amount for the month. I think it's 15. Don't quote me on that. I think mine does 15. I would have to look it up. My day was pretty good, but before I talked about that, I have been reading Once Upon a Dream by Liz Braswell. I am on page 138, and the chapter is called Once Upon a Time as It Really Was, as Told by the Prince. So the prince came into the book. So that's really interesting. Well, obviously it's a prince because it's a Sleeping Beauty retelling. But there will be some spoilers ahead. So if you don't want to be spoiled, mute this, mute any spoilers that could pop up, or just avoid the video at all costs until you read the books. That's what I'm going to say. If you want to read the books. But if you don't want to read the books and you don't care about spoilers, I'm going to spoil now. What I read yesterday, Aurora went into a deep sleep. The prince was supposed to wake her up, but when the prince kissed her, the prince fell asleep. So, is Aurora going to wake up by herself? Gosh, I sure hope so. This is a twisted tale. I wonder what's going to happen. It's kind of dark in this one, but it's my first Twisted Tale story, so. And I heard you don't have to read them in order because they're all separate stories. Other than that, that is my update. I'm going to read some more, drink some agua, flavored agua before bed. And I will update you guys either later or tomorrow. All right, later. So I forgot to give you guys my update for the day. My day was pretty good. I was just bummed one of the books I wanted that was supposed to come out on September 12th by a favorite author, it delayed within a month. But to be honest, I'd rather have a month delay than a year delay. So I'm not gonna complain. I was bummed because it was supposed to come out for my birthday month, and I was thinking, ooh, I can get this book for my birthday because it comes out 1 week before my birthday. Now that's not gonna happen. So it's okay. I'll figure out something. I'll figure it out. Other than that, the only book I was really disappointed for delayment was, I think it was a Renee Addy book. I was expecting to get it. I was expecting to pre-order it January of this year. And then when I saw it delayed from February of this year to December of 2023, I was like, well, what's the point? It's going to be a Christmas present anyways in the future, so. Oh, well. So, if you hear my laundry,
there's a lot of laundry getting done in this house. This house is like the laundry home. I basically call my home / laundromat. I don't know. I just the one who's like wants to get laundry done for the week and square it away. This Saturday that just passed, I couldn't because I had a lot of spring clothes I had to wash because we are in spring and I'm no longer in winter. So, yeah. Unless you're in the southern hemisphere, then you're in fall. But other than that, I will update you guys tomorrow. Later.
Today is Wednesday, April 5th. I want to show you guys something, so give me a sec. I just got if I can zoom out, or maybe I need to back away. I just got a new dining set. The old one is going to go to Goodwill, but this one is new. Need to fix that chair. It's driving my OCD bonkers. But other than that, just have to push in the chair to help my unclutter brain to feel better, a little bit better. But once this table is gone, the old table, I'll feel much better. I'll feel like less clutter in my house. But that'll be donated tomorrow. And there's my new dining set. I am still reading and almost done with Once Upon a Dream by Liz Braswell. And I am on page, according to the book, I'm on page 251 out of 440. I've been just flying through this book and I really, really like it. And if I can get my phone. So, update on the Kindle read. From the Libby, I haven't updated that recently. I haven't recently got back to it since Sunday. Because last night I was so tired for the first time in a long time. And that was big for me. And then I slept a whole night without any disturbance within like almost 2 years. So, hold on. Okay. Sorry for the audio, but I was trying to get in book how long I have. So I'm on chapter 9, 39% of the book complete, which is The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy by Mackenzi Lee. And according to 1.5 speed, I should be done within 6 hours, 53 minutes, and 6 seconds. So yeah, I'm hoping to get this done by the end of the readathon. Springathon, I should say, because typically this is a Springathon. But since I am going to be nice, I will extend this Springathon a bit. It originally was from last week to this Saturday on the 8th. Since I might have some things this weekend due to birthdays and Easter, I will extend it to the 13th. Yeah, we'll do the 13th. And after this will be uploaded on YouTube. All right, that's my update. I'm going to go read more of Once Upon a Dream and go from there. And drink this orange juice, which has a little pineapple ting. And I looked, it had pineapple in it. I was like, seriously? They changed my sugar-free orange juice with pineapple? So I gotta space that out. Just gotta be careful. Don't want too much heartburn. All right, I'll see you all later or tomorrow. Today is Friday, April 7th. The time is 6:26 p.m. I did get some reading done yesterday and a little bit on Wednesday because I got really tired on Wednesday, but Thursday, I just had I was celebrating the first birthday of my dad not being here, so I was in a way celebrating his life. So while I was away, I listened to The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy by Mackenzi Lee. I am 50% complete of the audiobook. And according to Hoopla, I have 4 hours and 52 minutes and 24 seconds left of the audio. So, will I be done this weekend? See on my schedule, maybe not. I'd be shocked if I do. It's like I would have to sit down and listen to it all like for 4 hours straight or almost 5 hours straight. So we'll see. But I've also got pretty far in The Twisted Tale of Once Upon a Dream by Liz Braswell. And as of right now, I am on page 340. Chapter's called Childhood Haunts. So this is getting really interesting. Is it a favorite? Probably not, but it is good. Like, I'm not gonna lie on that. It is good, like, but it's not like a major favorite. Other than that, I'm gonna read, since I technically have 100 pages left of Once Upon a Dream? Yeah, I have 100 pages left of Once Upon a Dream. If I don't finish it today, I should be done by early as Saturday or late as Sunday. We'll see, because I got things to do today and tomorrow, so we'll see. Other than that, I am going to read Once Upon a Dream and update you guys later. Right, later. Hey guys, it is Saturday, April 8th, 2023, and the time is 4:05 p.m. I would say about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, I finished reading Once Upon a Dream by Liz Braswell. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads and Storygraph. And it was an okay/good story, which for me is a 3-star rating. If it was okay, but I didn't like it, I would have gave it a 2. And if I don't like it at all, I give books. So like if there's a book I really did not like and I finished it, or DNF'd it, means did not finish it at all, then I give the book a 1 star. And then I don't pick up the sequel or the upcoming sequel that's coming. So, yeah, Once Upon a Dream got a 3 out of 5 stars. It was so close getting a 3.5 out of 4. But then I think there was just that part, it dragged a little for me. So it was like, it started slow, like very slow. But then when I got to the middle of the book, that's when it started to pick up more. And I was like, I like stories where it's like, bam, it's so good right away. And Once Upon a Dream didn't do that right away. It was just like, slowly I was getting there for it to be good. But at the very beginning, it just kind of dragged. But there was some really good action in there, like some adventure stuff that happened. But it was a very interesting Twisted Tale. So if you haven't seen the Disney movie Sleeping Beauty, you can watch it and see the difference of the book once you read it, if you want to read it. Would I highly recommend it? Yes and no. It's a good book, but I probably would say, oh, it's the greatest book in the whole planet. I highly recommend this book. I would say it's it was a decent read. So if you want to read it, that's fine. So right now, I am gonna journal a bit. Oh, my journal's back. I'm gonna journal a bit. I got this. When did I get this? It's April. So technically I got this almost 4 months ago, because my family went to New Mexico for the hot air balloon festival, and I didn't go because I had a schedule to maintain that time, so I couldn't request time off from my volunteer place. So they gifted me this because they know I like to journal, especially how I'm feeling and all that jazz and what I did throughout the day. because that's just what I like to do. So I'm gonna journal, listen to my audiobook, and after that I will probably read, if I have some time before dinner, either before or after dinner, I will start All My Rage by Sabaa Tahir. And I heard this is really good, and I've read her An Ember in the Ashes series on Kindle once, and I own all 4 books on Kindle, the 4-book series she wrote. And that one's a fantasy. I believe this one is more contemporary, I think. I don't know, I have to look up more what it is. But I think it's more like, it's kind of like a story about, it's basically a story about the cost of the American dream. So it's going to be interesting to read. I haven't read a story similar like this since like 3 years ago, and it was summer, and it was a digital library book. And technically this is a library book too, so was Once Upon a Dream, because I am reading library books. But the last book I read similar to All My Rage was 3 years ago, and it was a Nicola Yoon book, and I think it was called The Sun Is Also a Star. And that one was actually okay, like okay and good, that I think I gave that one a 3 out of 5 as well. I don't know, it's been 3 years ago, so it's been a long time. All right, other than that, I'm going to start journaling by listening to my audiobook. And then if I have some time before dinner or some time after dinner, I'll start All My Rage by Sabaa Tahir. All right, later. It is Wednesday, April 12th. Tomorrow will be the end of my Springathon Readathon. So I have a couple updates. Let me show you first on here, on my Hoopla. I finished listening to The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy yesterday evening, and on Goodreads I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. And I also DNF'd All My Rage by Sabaa Tahir, which I was kind of bummed about because I first liked it, but then by the middle of the book, I just couldn't get into the book anymore, so I tried. Here's the thing. When an author does one debut that's successful as a fantasy and they go into contemporary with me, it's a really hard comeback. But at least I tried, and that's what matters. But I loved her Ember in the Ashes series. If I can pull this out of my bag without any drop hazards. It's not a library book, so I'm breaking the rules, technically. Here we go, I feel it. Just give me a second. I am reading what I got at one of the books I got yesterday at a used bookstore, which is Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. We see her last name. So I'm reading Shiver, which is kind of like a werewolf story. It's really interesting. I have book 2 in my room. I'm just too lazy to grab it, and that's Linger. I couldn't get book 3, and I couldn't get the 4th book. So, yeah, I am just got book 1, book 2, because it's in my budget, and book 3, book 4, I can't find them anywhere right now, so. And then when I save up, I might get them on Amazon. I also saw the Mario movie yesterday, the Super Mario Brothers movie. It was good. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. I highly recommend it. So either later this week or sometime next week, I'm going to return the library books since I just got new books this week. So technically that's my plan. Read today. I just finished episode 7 of season 3 of Mandalorian. Other than that, that's pretty much the update I got. Just checking my activity ring was yelling at me. Other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow for our wrap up. All right, later. I also forgot to add, I did start another audiobook. And let me go back to my hoopla, since I am so unorganized. I am right now listening to The Noble's Guide to Scandal and Shipwrecks, which is the finale of The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue Montague Siblings trilogy. So I'm really liking this one. I am on chapter 8, and it's really interesting. So I think I like this one a little more better than the other ones I listened to. So we'll see how this goes. All right, later. Hi guys. So it's been a while. I was originally going to wrap up that Thursday, but then things popped up so I couldn't record. I just had really crappy internet that week. I don't know why. I was having so many outages and all that jazz. And then I couldn't record Friday because I was so busy. And then Saturday I was busy, and Sunday yesterday I wasn't feeling too hot, so I had to rest. Today I'm wrapping up. I completed 5 books, which was 3 audiobooks, 1 Kindle book, and 1 physical book from the library, and they were all library based. And then 3 books, 1 physical, and then 2 digital from library were DNFs. So that was pretty good. I would say, let me read you the books first that were DNFs. Actually, no. I'm gonna read you the first books that I fully read first. I fully listened to The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. Gave that a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Then the the prequel before the second book, The Gentleman's Guide to Getting Lucky by Mackenzi Lee as well, I gave that a 4 out of 5 stars. Those were both audio. Then I finished my Kindle library book, which is Someone Like You by Sarah Dessen. I gave it according to my rating, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. And then Once Upon a Dream by Liz Braswell, which was a 3 out of 5 stars. Like it was started really slow, but then it started pretty good. So it was a 3 out of 5 stars. And then book 2 in the Montague Siblings, The Lady's Guide to Petticoat and Piracy by Mackenzi Lee. I listened to that one, and that was a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Like, I liked the girl power in the book and stuff. There was just some things that were frustrating in the book that I was just like, it's a 3.5. So the DNFs were All My Rage by Sabaa Tahir, They'll Never Catch Us by Jessica Goodman, and One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. Which I was bummed about because I was really hyped for that one, and I feel like it got too hyped. Well, 2 of them did. They'll Never Catch Us. This was a little different. I read the first one, which was They Wish They Were Us, Finally, I remember the title. That one I gave a 4 out of 5 stars, and I have the physical copy. They'll Never Catch Us. It wasn't really intriguing me enough. So I just put it down and I returned it. I was like, well, I tried. And All My Rage was the same thing. I had to put it down and was like, I tried. And same with One of Us is Lying. At least I tried them. I like a lot of mystery, but lately this month I haven't found really good mystery. I do have a mystery book saved that I ordered on Amazon back in late December, early January, and that was 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. And I do have a mystery on hold, but it's going to be several months, and it is the prequel of Holly Jackson's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy, so it'll be a while. Let's see how much I'm in line right now according to that one. It says I am several months. I am number 15 in line, and I started as the 21st in line, and there's 22 of us waiting. So when I get it, I have to like fly by and read it. That's how like many people are waiting. So I'm number 15. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2. There'll be 7 people behind me wanting to read this book. So I have to just put down a physical copy book and just read that. So that's what I'll be doing when that becomes available. I don't know what month. It just says several months. There's only 1 copy. So other than that, thank you for joining me. I'm planning to see you guys again soon on YouTube. And see you then. Happy reading.